Mommy, look who's for dinner. Hey, anyway, we have our special guest today, the legendary Sir Duke Robillard, or Mr. Robillard. I like Sir Duke. I think he deserves a sir in front of his name. Myself and Eric, the Wizard of Oz, Stephanie Gonzalez, even my good friends over at Magician Media, Bunny Burkett, aka Glenda the Good Witch, and Mr. DeVito. Anyway, we're having a good time today. We're enjoying ourselves. We're going to have a really good rock and roll bluesy time. Let me ask you, the question of the day is, who is the first person you're getting to see post-COVID? I know some of y'all, like Florida and a few other places, have been having concerts, but some of our other people is still new. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty, but we got it rolling. Here it is, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duke Robillard and the legendary Texan like myself from the great country, the great state of Texas. Here we go. Sue, may I see you there? All the way from Wales. Barbara? Yo. Big Red in Milwaukee. Bob Motion. Cape Cod. Hey, Chris. Lolo. Barbara Ryan, how you doing, gorgeous? Gary Wright, how you doing? That's my good friend, Miss Debbie Davies behind there. Frederick Lawson, bass man out of San Diego, whatever. I don't know where they at, but they swinging right there. Notice I didn't say swinging. I said they swinging. Tight as a nigga with the neck bone, Mr. Robillard. I like that. 23, Eric. Christina Walker, how you doing? Kelly in the house. Tina. Come on now. Woo! Thank you, Jen. We all do what we can. Hey, Mr. Aaron Joy from Mumbai, India. Aaron, I was telling Duke Robillard about you, young man. If all those watching this on Facebook, you know that you can watch it live now, but Facebook is probably going to mute this. So make sure you go over to the YouTube channel so you can see the entire thing. Anytime I play anybody like Duke Robillard, Albert Collins, Baby BB, anybody like that, I was muted, baby. YouTube, watch the entire thing in high def. Iceman coming. Albert just clowning now. He just clowning. Christina, how's Canada? How you guys doing? It's getting better up there? Guten Tag, Salzburg, Austria in the house. That was Albert Collins, Duke Robillard, Debbie Davis, and What a Baby. Wow, man! I can't wait to get back out there and do that. I'm kind of scared. I haven't been scared to be on stage in a while. I got to knock the rust off, man. We did that little video for Winthrop this past week. That should be cool for the Winthrop Blues Festival. They'll be putting that out there. But feeling blessed, man. Feeling blessed. I got one more video I think I'm gonna show before we bring up Mr. Robillard. I got a few for him. Should be good today. I went back in the vault and pulled this one up. I hadn't heard this in a while. Yesterday was Memorial Day. Me, myself, a 10-year Marine. I'm glad to be alive. I'm proud to have served. But as I said on my post, I want to say thank you to those that gave the ultimate sacrifice and their families. As they always say, people like to say things but don't understand meaning behind it. Freedom is not free. It's paid for by all those people in uniform and the way you act here in America. Of course, I may not agree with everything, but the reason I fight is so that you can have your opinion and say what you need to say. But for God's sakes, as I always say, please be good to one another. We're all human beings. We all trying to just get along on this plane of existence. So be good to one another. And someone may be frowning. Don't be mad. You never know what they're going through. Never assume that you understand what people are going through. Just treat everyone with respect, dignity, and honor. Unless they don't treat you that way, then sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. But I try to treat everyone that I meet with dignity, respect, and honor. So, having said that, that's my public announcement for the day. As far as I'm going with that. Right on. Here's one for you. Back in the old days, ladies and gentlemen, when I was still on the Delta Groove Records. This one's called Dangerous.
Take you people on a tornado ride. You gotta hold on tight, stay right by my side. I'm gonna take you up and I'm bringing you right back down. By the time I get through, your head gonna be spinning round. You don't know what you got.
Thank you, Bubba Ryan. You
until you ride along with me. But I guarantee you, people, that you'll love to see I'm dangerous. Just as dangerous as I can be. See, I'm a hip-shaking, natural lover. Come on and ride with me.
Marilyn Strickland shot that cover. I call her Shorty.
People trembling in my wake. You best be willing to roll. Cause I'm bad, make no mistake. I wrestle with a lion. Make love to the grizzly bear. When people see me coming, y'all, they just stop, look, and stare. Cause I'm dangerous. Oh, I'm as dangerous as a man can be. See, I'm a hip-shaking, natural lover. Come on and ride with me.
Thank you, JC. Have a good day.
standing in my way, you best be willing to roll. Cause I'm bad, make no mistake. I wrestle with a lion, make love to a grizzly bear. When people see me coming, they just gotta stop looking sad. Cause I'm dangerous. I'm just as dangerous as a man. You see, I'm a hip shaking lover, baby. Come on and ride with me.
Dangerous. I haven't heard that in a while. Let me also real quick say, give my respects and honor to a gentleman over the years, became a good friend of mine. I love him, love his stories, I love his spirit. Passed away this past few days. The legendary ice pick, Mr. James Harmon. We send our condolences out to James and his family. James is a legendary blues man, hell of a character. I still remember him and I sitting somewhere in Ventura County, sitting on a bench outside some club, him with a brown bag of something he was drinking, and I had my cigar, and he was nice enough to share with me. He was always a nice cat when I met him. I've been very blessed to meet nice cats. James Harmon, rest in peace, and thank you for the legacy that you left us in music, not just blues, but music, period. Great harmonica player, great writer, songwriter, and as I said, for as I know, a great person. James Harmon, rest in peace, or as the young people say today, rest in power. Right on. Let me bring him up. He's been backstage waiting quietly and being kind and sitting back, chilling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the dragon of the blues. Let's bring up my man, Mr. Duke Robillard. Mr. Robillard, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Enjoying listening to you.
Oh man, I enjoy listening to you. I'm doing fine. First of all, I want to say, sir, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. I know you're a busy man. You are an icon. You are a legend. But from the first time I met you, you've always been a human being first. So I really and truly, and if you see me looking this way, it's because I got you on a big giant screen. It's like you sitting across from me. I keep forgetting to look over at the camera. You've always been a kind person from when I met you, and I don't know if you even remember, but the first time we met, I want to say we were somewhere deep in France or Belgium, but it was me, you, Kirk Fletcher, and we played some show. I don't know if it was 7 Nights to the Blues or I can't even remember, but I remember we went to the jam afterwards, and you were going to jam, but they were playing so loud, you left. I was like, man, I was looking forward to getting the chance to play with him, but they were, the young guitarists. I think they were trying to impress you about how loud they could play.
Well, that's the easy thing to do is play loud.
Yeah, you're
All
right.
you got to do is turn that button.
A lot of these young guys, that's what they think. They think louder is better, and or faster is better. And I like, think outside the box.
As like the old timers always said, when you play with them, all the masters, they'd say, "Take your time, son."
take your time. That's a big deal.
It really is.
You played with a lot of them. I'm not going to sit here and try to get an anthology out of you, but what was now? I guess I can't ask that. I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm going to say, what were some of your more funnest memories of playing with some of the older greats?
Oh, there's so many of them, from Muddy. I got to play several times with Muddy. Big Joe Turner, that was a big thrill for me.
Oh, I would love to have seen that. I love his body of work. I love Big Joe Turner, man.
Oh, me too. He was the best. And Eddie Cleanhead Vincent, that was a really special thing. I played with Cleanhead several times, and that was always a lot of fun. And there's so many of them. Lowell Fulson, Otis Rush, Freddie King,
wow.
Buddy Guy, Judy Wells, you name,
But like I said, you're a legend, sir. I mean, I expect those names to come out your mouth. I mean, but it's like, wow, man,
Well, I made a list once, just to try to remember how many people that I played with that were, the real masters of the idiom. And I came up with about 50 people,
wow,
that were just all the people I learned from, but you kind of, if you don't write it down, at least at my age, if you don't write it down, you kind of forget. So I got a list in case I ever want to remember, all when I want to think about all of the experiences, I just look down that list and I go, oh my God, have I been a lucky guy?
Wow. That is, well, yeah, luck. I always say I'm lucky, but I always also tell people luck is preparation and the vision to understand the moment that you're in, but being prepared to take advantage of that. That's what luck is. That's luck. So that means that you've been a hell of a player. That means that the masters respected you enough to let you up on their stage. And with that many of the greats, you being playing with them, that let us know right now the quality of your playing and your stage presence. So thank you, sir, for the body of work that you have done.
Well, they sure gave me the confidence to pursue it when I was really young, so that's an important thing,
Yeah, that's really important. Man. When I meet young cats, I do my best to try to encourage them. As again, when I see we have Mr. Aaron Joy here, like I was telling you, this young man is a big fan of yours, all the way from Mumbai, India. So, and here we go, right. Colleen Briscoe, all the way from Australia. But people coming in from all over. They've been asking about it, and Miss Loretta, my producer's wife, she's a big fan. She even sent me videos, and you know what? I'm gonna throw this up here. I'm gonna pull me off the screen, but let me throw this up here. This is you and Tom Waits at the David Letterman show. I gotta play this, or I'm gonna get cut to the white meat. So let me do this, and then I'll be right back with you, sir.
All right.
If you want to set this up, you can tell us about it.
Well, I did a tour with Tom Waits back in, I think it was around 2006, but I'm not absolutely sure. But after the tour, I didn't think I'd have a chance to play with him again, but he was, it came up the following year that he was going to do the Tonight Show. So he brought me back to do that with him. So it was a great experience and really fun to play with him, and Larry Taylor on the bass and his son Casey on the drums. And we just had a good time doing it.
Orphans Brawler. Here he is, Tom Waits. Tom.
You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. Lie to me, baby. Move on. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. Lie to me, baby. Move on. I know you got yourself a skinny old man. Yeah, let me be your baby. I just know that I can. Hit me, baby. Give me your cream. I have no use for the truth. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me. Lie to me, baby. Move on. Oh, you got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. Lie to me, baby. Move on. I know you got yourself a darkie at home. Let me be your baby, I just know that I can. Hit me, baby, give me your cream. I have no use for the truth. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. You got to lie to me, baby. Lie to me, baby, move on. But all right. conscience of a skinny old man. Let me be your baby, I just know that I can. With me, baby, give me your grief. I have no use for the truth. You got to lie to me. You got to lie to me. Baby, you got to lie to me. Baby, lie to me, baby, move on. You got to lie to me. Baby, you got to lie to me. You got to lie to me. Baby, lie to me, baby, move on. Lie to me, baby, move on. You got to lie to me, baby, move on. You got to lie to me, baby, move on. You got to lie to me, baby, move on.
Right on, right on. Someone was asking what year was that. Do you remember what year that was?
I don't recall. I'm bad at numbers like
don't
that.
feel bad, sir. I even asked you that because it happens to me all the time. People, I'm like, God, you know, it's a lot of shows. Can't remember them all. That's amazing.
That's
David
right.
Letterman. David Letterman. You know, I don't know if you know this, but you know, you and Jimmy Vaughn, we did an album. We're all on the album together. From the Texas Road Blues album, and I think it was the Room Full guys and some of those guys got together, put together an album. So I know that I'm on there for 3 or 4 songs. You're there, and Jimmy Vaughn, and
Wow.
I didn't pull any of it up. That's a great album. It sounds really, 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 really good. And of course, everything you laid down was like butter, baby. It was like butter. It was nice. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you been holding up during the pandemic? You been busy? You been, I can't say busy.
Yeah, I used it that time to do a lot of recording, and I have a swing album that's coming out in July, and you can actually purchase it now on my website, but it's called Swing It Again, and it's with the great tenor saxophonist Scott Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have that, and then next spring I have a blues album that's got several guests on it, and it's 18 tracks, and God, everybody's on it. Kim Wilson is on it, John Hammond, Sue Foley is on it, Sugaray, Norcia. Let's see who.
I didn't hear Sugaray Rayford. That's the name I was looking for.
Next one. Let's do it.
I'd be honored. Yeah, I did one with me and Kim Wilson back in Randy Sharkoff days. I wrote a song called "Wrapped Up and Ready," and I doing a duet on. I love Kim. Also good people. Kim always tell me like,
"Oh, you bet."
He always tell me like, "You like me now, Ray, but you wouldn't have liked me in the past." I'm like, okay, Kim. We're cigar buddies, and whenever we get to hang, he's a cool cat, a hell of a player, and a great voice. So,
oh yeah.
So when here's your website. Thank you, Eric. Eric's got the website up there. So when are these albums coming out? You said the first one is coming out. The Swing album is coming out when?
July. I think it's 22nd or 24th, around there.
Of this year.
But we are selling it on Facebook in advance to special fans who just can't wait.
Right, and nothing wrong with that, brother.
But it'll be out on Amazon and all the usual outlets in the end of July. Right
on. Looking forward to hearing that. And that is this your first swing album? I bet it's not your first swing album.
Oh no, I've done several jazz albums. It's probably about my 6th, I think, maybe.
So how does the jazz do? I mean, I do a lot of jazz festivals when we were running, and jazz is very much still alive. But on your end, how are you doing it because you just love the idiom or the medium, or
well, yes, I've always loved jazzy blues players, the guys that played with the big bands that, made a lot of bluesy records, like Johnny Hodges from Duke Ellington's band and Ben Webster. And there's just so many of them. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. And they're all great blues players. And to me, when you get the combination of real blues feeling with jazz phrasing, you've got something real special. Like Big Joe Turner comes out of that school, the Kansas City jazz, which is really mostly blues. So I love that. I'm kind of a historian in a sense. I love to investigate where everything came from, and you go back to guys like one of the best blues players ever was Louis Armstrong.
Yes, sir. And a lot of people don't know that. They only know him as jazz, and I've tried to educate people on that.
And so there's so many people like that I just love it all. I mean, I love Chicago blues, I love R&B, I love funk, I love soul music. I just like it all.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's got soul, and I dig it.
Right on. I like that. Got soul, and I dig it. That sounds like a book out of my a passage out of my book. Of late, I was doing before I joined the Managed Boys, I was with Unkizzies, and so we were kind of more of a rock bluesish thing. And then, of course, I joined the Managed Boys, which was a West Coast / Southern Mississippi type thing. But my own band has always been more of an uptown band, which is why I bring the B3 and a couple horns. Because I my own personal homage is, I always want to throw back to the things that Little Milton and Bobby Bland and Tyrell Davis and a few of those people did, because a lot of people are not doing that now. There's a lot of rock blues out there. There's country blues out there, and even stuff from the Delta. But very rarely, like when I'm out doing festivals, I hear very many people playing that soul blues thing. And I said, I'm a big fan of Bobby Bland and Little Milton, even Bobby Womack. To me, so that's kind of like what I've been exploring the last 3 albums. And I'll go back. I'm still relatively, put that in quotes, a young man. And I'll go back and do some Delta straight ahead blues stuff. But the last 3 albums, that's kind of been my focus. I've been really wanting to push the soul blues sound and feel.
It's a great sound.
I think so. Having said that, I don't think that people realize as musicians that we have the ability to bend towards a lot of different music. They may know us as one music, but we started playing music because we loved music.
That's right.
So
as they say, it's all good. At least most of it.
It's all good, yeah. At least most of it, yeah. There's some stuff out there that's a little too far from me, But I've heard some great stuff. Jennifer Noble, all the way from London, ex-Chicagoan. She said, I agree. Not a lot of people are honoring the soul guys you mentioned. I'm grateful you are out there. Oh, well, thank you, Jennifer. Duke definitely has. He's got it, man. He just got that tone, that sound. Duke, let me ask you, what is your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice. I change instruments a lot. I don't know why. It's really I don't know. I have no excuse. So I use a lot of different guitars. I go from one to another. I stick with the same woman, but the guitars, I guess I'm a guitar whore.
That's all right. That's all right. Most guitarists I know, they are, whether they want to admit it or not. How many guitars you got? 50.
Right.
You're not one of those people. How many you have?
I think the last time I counted, it was 26.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
I was up to 60 at one point, but that's just too much. Just to keep them all playing good and taking care of them and being humidified and everything. It's just too much work. It's, they like to be paid attention to, just like a pet, they want to be pet and they want to be taken care of and played, Yeah. You got 60 of them. You can't keep doing it.
That's tough. 60. So somebody was saying that you produced a lot of music. I didn't know you were producing also.
Oh, I've produced an awful lot of records. Yes. Jay McShann, Jimmy Witherspoon,
Wow.
Billy Boy Arnold, Roscoe Gordon, Joe Louis Walker, just lots and lots of people.
Oh man, okay, right on. I didn't know you had that feather in your head also.
Yeah, in fact, I really enjoy doing it because I'm into sound. I really like since I was a little kid, the way certain records sounded just was really important to me, and I wanted to learn about how they got those sounds. So when I started recording, I would experiment a lot, and I guess I got kind of known for the sound once I started producing myself. So people started hiring me to produce their records, and it was fun. Plus,
Right.
I often get to play on them at the same time, so that's even more fun.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, let me ask you, what part of the country are you residing in?
I'm in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah,
I've only been there one time.
yeah, and we were on the same bill at that Roots.
Yeah.
What's it called? Rhythm and Roots Festival.
Rhythm and Roots Festival. That's right. Wow, you got a good memory. I was thinking about that. There was some club there I played, and I went and played with Room Full, and they brought back Al McKay and almost all the original members. You were there, and there was someone else, but we did a show. I'm trying to think of the name of that room. It was in Rhode Island, and it was the day before I came in. We did that festival, so we came in and did that date.
Was it Chance? Or the Met, or the Knickerbocker, maybe the Knickerbocker.
Well, they would call themselves the Knickerbocker All Stars. Maybe it was the Knickerbocker.
Could have been.
Don't make me a liar. I can't remember, but I had a good time. I enjoyed myself because I didn't get a chance to be out on the East Coast all that much. Right before the pandemic, that changed. I was actually starting to tour the East Coast. Baltimore, Philly, Rhode Island, up in Maine, and New York and Vermont, and I was really enjoying it back there because all my years of travel and all my years of being around, I never had got the chance to spend very much time on the East Coast, but I was digging it. I didn't like being there in the wintertime, but
no, I don't either anymore. I'm getting the cold starting to bother my bones.
Well, that's one reason a lot of us move out here to Arizona. Some people move to Florida, but I didn't want the humidity. I'll take the dry heat.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
My buddy, Bill Blau, longtime bass player for George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Bill lives up in Vermont, right across the lake from, good Lord, my mind just went blank. But anyway, my friend, Laura Carbone, she lived right there in Plattsburgh, and she's got a house right there on the lake. On the other side of the lake, I guess, is Vermont, and Bill is over there. But I said all that to say he's always showing me pictures in the wintertime, minus 15 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds out of his window, and I'll be like, well, I'm sitting in my house in Arizona, it's 108. he minus. I'm like, man, you want to talk about extremes? I mean, yeah. Have you lived there all your life? Were you born and raised East Coast?
Yes. I'm from Rhode Island, and I've spent my whole life here except for 9 years I spent in Louisville, Kentucky.
I won't even ask you why you were in Louisville, but back in the day, when Ali and all, I got a chance to meet Miss Shabazz when I was back in Kentucky playing. What was Louisville like?
It was nice. It was nice. It's about the same size city, or at least it feels like about the same size city as our capital here, Providence, Rhode Island. So it was a comfortable place for me. Right. There was always enough going on to make it an interesting place to live.
But you can get away. See, I'm country. I'm country through and through. I hate all the big cities, but business wise, we have to be there. I mean, we keep a place in LA because my wife is still works at the OB department over there at Cedar Sinai in Beverly Hills. But even when all those years living in San Diego, I always live on the outskirts. I used to have a big avocado ranch. For I'm country.
All right.
I'm comfortable in a pair of boots and overalls with my dogs at my knees. I mean, that's me. I mean, I dress up when I got to go out there and dress up, but I'm country through and through, and I'm proud of it.
I grew up that way myself. I grew up in the pretty remote part of Rhode Island. It's not so remote anymore, but when I was young, it was a long walk to school.
Yeah, yeah. And kids think you're joking when, like, I had to walk up here both ways, and people like, oh, I'm like, no. I said when I grew up, I grew up in East Texas. I grew up in Tyler, Texas, right down the street from Longview, about 35, 40 minutes from Shreveport. I always say that my country come out Shreveport, Louisiana. My mind just say Shreveport, right? People know what I'm talking about. And we walked everywhere. It was funny because, we walked to school. We used to walk trails. No one bothered you. We'd be out in the. That's like you cut through the woods because the long way around was another mile or two. But someone had made this trail to go through right through these woods, and there was in the summertime. A lot of times we didn't even wear shoes. We on our bikes, no t-shirts, just run around, and I kind of miss those days. And I look for that. Even this little city here in Arizona, when we first moved here 10 years ago, 11 years ago, there was only 15,000 people. Now they're saying it's like 80-some thousand. It became a boom town, unfortunately. Yeah. But I like being in the country. I think I like to go into the big city, make my Z, and get out.
Yep, I hear you. I agree.
So, are you in a big city now? Are you in a medium-sized city, or?
I'm kind of in the suburbs, I guess you could say.
Okay,
it's
good.
Not exactly where I want to be, but I like my house, and I got a recording studio in my basement, and
okay.
It's been good for me. When I
right
moved
on.
back home to Rhode Island after I was in Kentucky, then I just kind of lucked into this house very quickly and had a giant basement. So the guy that sold it to me was a contractor, and he said, I went downstairs and I said, this would make a great recording studio. He said, I've never built one of those. You want me to build you one? And so I bought the house from him, and he built me a studio.
Wow.
Isolation booths, a drum booth, control room, the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. I got really lucky.
Wow. So. That again, preparation and understanding the situation, that's luck. Wow. That's a blessing. Yeah. You can't move, brother. See, once you put down them type of roots, I got a friend of mine who owns the old Pac West Studios out in Burbank, and I've recorded a few albums at his place. He was my music director for a while, named Chuck Cavors. He owns Slideaway Studios, and Chuck has been there for 35, 40 years, and he bought his property the same way. He got about an acre and a half, I think it is, with an entire, with the house up front, nice size house up front, and a huge studio in the back that was already there. He just kind of moved in. Again, it was the old Pac West Studios, There's writings on the wall, signatures and messages from Aretha and Ray Charles, and they kept Ray Charles' old piano in there, a bunch of stuff. I said all that to say, with the downturn, with all the craziness that's happened in California, he has now purchased a place outside of Tennessee. I think he's outside of Nashville. He's moving, and I'm like, dang, Chuck, you're moving, man, and what we recorded the last two albums for 40 Below and Horse Latitudes. Billy, what's his name? Bill from the Doors. I can't think of his name right now. He owns that studio, but they've just closed down. So I said that to say that I hear in Cali, a lot of the studios are closing, and some of that is because people can do so much done at home. And some of that is that the industry is kind of sort of slowly moved away because of the pricing. California kind of outpriced itself from low to medium budget studios. But when you own your studio in your home, it's a whole different thing.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing. It's a blessing, and sometimes it's a curse. If you get it can drive you crazy when like it's nice to work and then go home. But when your studio's in your home, it's like it can bother you so much that you just have to kind of go down and keep working. And like I said, it's good and not always good. But I've managed to get 2 Grammy nominations out of my home studio. So
congratulations!
That's really, thank you. That's I'm very proud that we were able to do that.
Wow, do you remember who they were?
What records?
Yes, sir.
Yes, one was called Guitar Grooverama, which was kind of half instrumental and focused on my guitar playing, and the other one was called Stomp the Blues Tonight, and that one was in 2010. That was kind of going back to the old early R&B, like I did in Roomful.
Right on. Right on. I was blessed to get my first Grammy nomination in 2019. I was shocked that it happened for my album "Somebody Save Me," and I got a Grammy nom, and I got my little
that's great.
Got my little plaque up on the wall and my little medallion. That was a blessing. That's pretty cool. I never thought that would happen, but I feel. Women said we got some people says can't wait to see him at the reunion. Someone's going to see you at the reunion.
I'm not sure which reunion.
I'm not either. Loretta Sessman says she would love to know who Duke is listening to of the younger generation.
Well, I try to listen to everybody, Chris on Kingfish, I enjoy him. And, they just, I try to listen to everybody when I can, as far as, what I hear on the radio and the blues radio, and hear all the people out there.
Right on. Jennifer says you put out an album every year of your own music since 1983. That is amazing.
Yeah. And I made 2 albums with Roomful before that. And yeah, I do about an album a year. And geez, I don't even know how many I've done now, but it's up around 40.
Wow.
It's about 40.
Wow. I've been blessed. I've done quite a few myself and been part of quite a few, and I can't remember them all. Sometimes somebody play something, I'm like, that sounds like me. They're like, yeah, this is you. You did this session. I'm like, okay. When you first come in, them first couple of years, I know, as a singer, I was just swinging for the fences, and I still that way. I want to play with as many people as I can, and if I like their music, because it goes to posterity, and you never know. It's just, if it's great music and I can get along with the person, I'm like, yeah, man, let's do something. Let's have some fun. Let's make it do what it do, as they say. I'm gonna shut up for a minute. Yeah. I want to play one more video for you. Hopefully, you have a few more minutes to hang with us, and hopefully I'm not boring you to death.
Not at all. I'm getting to know you. I'm getting to know you here.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Check this out. I like that one. I like that one, Mr. Duke. That was nice. The master, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duke Robillard. Sir Duke.
Excuse me while I go practice.
You're right. Yeah, I don't think you need to practice, sir. I think it's like Albert King said. Even they copy you so well, they even copy your mistakes. So you're all right, brother. Right on. Well, I want to say thank you so much for taking time out your schedule to talk to us here on the Suga Shack. I normally
pleasure.
just talk to people that I really, really know, but I know you and I have met and we've crossed paths and we are on the album together. And I just appreciate it, sir. And as I said, from the first time I met you, you've been a very good human being. So more than a player. I love that. And I respect that most of all. So
I hope we get to hang out and play and do a lot more.
Well,
maybe do some more recording too.
Well, I'd love to record with you personally, and Now that we've had this introduction, I'm gonna have to crash your stage. But I'm old school. I'll just stay on the wings. If you offer me to come on, I'm coming on, and I'm gonna get butt naked and let it all hang out. We enjoyed it. Thank you, sir. Your next, what do you have any gigs coming up that we can talk about?
Yes, my next shows are in July. I am playing at a place in Jackson, New Hampshire called the Wildcat Tavern, an outdoor concert. And then we're playing at a place called the Pump House in Rhode Island, in South Kingston, Rhode Island. And that will be the 24th of July. So got a few dates there.
Right.
And more coming up after that. But, it's starting up slow.
Well, if it went down right here below the screen, my producer, Eric Sassman, has already put up, here's Mr. Robillard's website. Here's his Facebook profile. And you guys click on that, and I'm pretty sure you can get all his info of upcoming gigs and what he's got going out there. Also, let you know, next week we will not have the Suga Shack. I will be on the road driving to Pittsburgh to play the Three Rivers Blues Festival. But the week after that, we'll be back, and my guest will be Miss Elijah Niels out of Detroit, getting some singers in. So next week we'll be off, or at least the Suga Shack will be off, but I will be back the week after that with Miss Elijah Niels. Today, my guest has been the amenable, the honorable, the legendary Mr. Duke Robillard. Sir Duke, thank you again so much for spending time with us today. You have no idea how much it meant for us.
It was my pleasure, totally. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. And thank all you all you good folks around the world for joining in and checking us out and letting us do what we do. We as musicians and as well as people, I will say, we appreciate the love, respect, and time and money and energy you guys put into coming to our shows and making us feel good. So thank you very, very much. We would still play if there was nobody there, but trust me, it's a lot more fun when other people enjoy what you're doing. Right on. God bless you. And as I always say, life is short. Please be good to one another and to yourself. Mr. Duke Robillard, thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
Duke Robillard, that is the man. Right on, right on. We're going to leave you with this one. All right, Mr. Robillard, thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Hope you had fun. All right. I'll see you next time.
We're on the bird that used to dot the sky. They're not here anymore, and I have to wonder why. Where are the fish that used to swim in this stream? Can't see them anymore. What does that mean? We landed on the moon. We better solve our problems here, or we'll face doom. This is the world that we live in. 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 Industries, factories, constructed every day. Poison in the air we breathe is the price we pay. Government corruption, morality sinking low. Is this the right way to grow? We landed on the moon. We better solve our problems here, or we'll face doom. This is the world that we live in. 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 You're my brother. This is the world that we live in. If you came from another mother, this is the world that we live in. Many colors on this world. This is the world that we live in. We're one people. This whole world that we live in. It don't matter where you're from. Trouble. It don't matter where you live. Why don't you try? Let's all be together. See the brighter day. My brother. One piece. This is the world. One earth. And all one song. It don't matter where you're from, what language you speak. It doesn't even matter what kind of food you eat. You are my brother. Yeah.
Right on, baby. The world we were living, recorded at 2017 in Rome, Italy. That was a great with Luca, Sapio, and those guys. The Italian Royal, the Italian Royal Brotherhood for Blind Faith Records. Very, very cool. I just saw that, Eric. That's a good idea. I will not be doing the Suga Shack this coming Tuesday because we'll be on the road, but I will do a bit on Instagram because I can do that from my phone even if I'm driving. So tune in on my Instagram account. Go over and become a member of my Instagram. We'll do the show from Instagram because while we're driving, there will be no Wi-Fi, but we will do a bit of show on Instagram. We can pull over on side of the road from where we're at, let you know where we are at that particular time. Instagram, Sugaray Rayford, Instagram. We'll do show Tuesday on Instagram. Then we'll be back the Tuesday after next for the Suga Shack with Miss Eliza Nails. My name is Sugaray Rayford. I want to give a big shout out to Stephanie Gonzalez, to Jesse Rossoff, to Bunny Burkett, Tristan DeVito, and to this man right here, ladies and gentlemen, the Wizard of Oz, Eric Sassaman. Today, my guest was Duke Robillard. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time. It was nice speaking with Duke. Nice man, very nice man. Again, we want to send prayers up for Mr. James Harmon and his family. We've lost a lot of great blues people during this pandemic. But James and a few others really touched my soul. So right on. Wow, you even knew who it was on guitar, Eric? That's pretty good.
I know everything.
I see that. Thank you, Julie Richardson. Nice to hear from you, baby. Barbara Ryan says, hello, Eric. Well, I think it was a good show with my man Duke. He was good people.
Oh,
and
man.
tell
He's
Lolo.
always
See,
great.
I even answered Lolo's questions that I played her video. There you go.
Did. She loves you now. She loves me now. Whew.
Well, I didn't want either one of us to get cut to the white meat.
That's
baby,
right.
So
Thank you, man.
no, yeah, I understand.
Dodge the bullet.
I understand. Thank you for everything, Eric. Is you're greatly appreciated. And Eric was telling me, I guess there's some fake Sugaray accounts out there. You'll know my account. It is my account is a what do they call it? Publicly recognized,
Verified.
Verified account.
Check mark next to it.
It's got the little check mark. So if it doesn't, if it says Sugaray Rayford and it doesn't have the little check mark, then it's not me.
Yeah, it's like whack-a-mole. You know, they pop up and we swat it and hope that Instagram gets around to it sooner or later. And you know how it is. All kinds of fake accounts are popping up. So if anybody sees a fake account or one that you suspect is fake, let us know.
And we also want to push again, YouTube, for those that are going to try to go back and stream this again. Facebook is probably going to mute a couple of these songs. I got a feeling they'll probably mute the Albert Collins song, and they may even mute the Duke Robillard songs. So if you want to see the show, if you want to tell somebody about the show, have them go to our YouTube channel at The Sugaray Rayford, and it will not be muted or deleted or any of that good stuff. It'll be high quality video. And Eric has got that right here. I'm gonna throw that up on the screen. So if you want to watch the show again, go to YouTube, www.youtube.com/Sugaray Rafer 213.
213.
And become a member over there, because we do this live to Facebook and YouTube. You guys have heard me tell you this before, but Facebook has a lot of problems. They're good with a lot of things. For some reason, they have a lot of problems with the video. We never seem to have any problems on YouTube. Eric will also have the show up within an hour or two on our website at www.sugarayrafer.com.
Yeah, that's the easy way to find it.
And then we also want to promote the bands in town. For some of those people, Eric, can you explain that one?
Bands in Town is going to give you notifications when we're trying to get more active on Bands in Town too, and send out more messages to our fans on Bands in Town. But Bands in Town's great because it'll alert you when there's a show coming up, and we actually import all the data from Bands in Town for the live shows on the website. So we're going to keep that up to date. You can see all the live shows and click on the ticket links and buy tickets. But it's a good little system. It's all integrated. It's owned by Facebook, so it's all integrated into Facebook, which is nice.
And someone just said the fake account had 100 pound sugar on it. I mean, I've lost weight and I'm working out, but I'm not down to 100 pounds. I haven't been 100 pounds since right before I joined the Marine Corps, I think. It's been a while. Yeah, 100 pound sugar. That was like when one time my wallet got stolen. I was on tour out in Wisconsin, and they stole my wallet, and it was crazy. And I had to fly the next day to Europe and all this stuff, and we had to jump through all these hoops. But years later, not even years later, months later, the guy was a crackhead, I guess, a meth head, white guy. He was white. I'm not just saying that. He was white. And he went to this little bar called the Squeaky Wheel and tried to use my ID and credit card.
Oh my God.
But the Squeaky Wheel is a blues and rock place, and they knew exactly who I was. and they got my credit card and my ID and one of my insurance cards from the guy. And so I have always been and then the crew from the Squeaky Wheel follows around the country and Canada a few different times. So let me put some love out there for the Squeaky Wheel out in Wisconsin. If you guys are listening, I love you guys. I hope you've been safe during the pandemic, and thank you. That is our show for today, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Sugaray Rafer. That is the Wizard of Oz. We had a good time. God bless you. Be safe. We'll see you on Instagram this coming Tuesday, and we'll see you with Eliza Nails the third Tuesday of June. God bless you. Be safe. And one more time, please, for God's sakes, be good to one another and yourself.
Amen, brother.